We went down to the marina just before sunrise to meet local boater Ryan Bloom, who'd invited us out on his 46-foot Lindell sport fishing yacht. He's the kind of guy that likes to be the first one to leave the docks in the morning.
I had you guys meet me at the boat at 6 o'clock this morning. I've been fishing in Alaska for 30 years. All I really want to do is hunt and fish. And some of the best hunting in the world is right here in Alaska, and obviously some of the best fishing. The weather and the water up here is the stuff you really got to be concerned with. Everybody likes to go fish for salmon, but to come out here and have a decent chance of catching 100-plus pound fish, how do you say no to that?
Once aboard Bloom's boat, I noted the huge battle-ready cockpit and could tell right away a lot of big fish had been caught on his rig.
We're hitting it early. Pushed off about 6 a.m.
Just leaving Seward Harbor. An eerie feeling hung in the fog around us as we made our way out of the marina and up Resurrection Bay towards the Gulf of Alaska. The weather report was pretty airy, but after coming all this way, we weren't about to let a little wind and rain stop us.
We're gonna run about 2 hours out. This is some pretty serious fishing on a serious fishing boat.
We came out in some really crappy weather. It was raining, blowing, did everything but snow on us. Nobody else came out here. I think they all stayed inside and fished for salmon.
Just heard we've got 15 to 20 knots and 4 to 5 foot seas, so it's gonna get a bit rough.
As soon as we got around Resurrection Point, we started getting whipped with 35-mile-an-hour wind and big whitecaps.
Rough water coming out. We started at a 4 and 5 footers. The weather out here gets pretty freaky, but the boat handles anything. There's nothing the boat doesn't handle. We've been in 18, 20-foot seas and 50, 60-mile-an-hour winds. The boat handles fine.
We're now hitting 6 to 7 footers out here in the Gulf.
We went from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7.
The further we went, the waves kept getting bigger, and the weather forecast kept getting worse.
See how it goes. I'm fine.
It's the true Alaska fishing adventure. Down and out across the Gulf to get to our spot for halibut.
We started wondering if we'd even be able to fish today and how bad it might be on the way back.
Even in 10-foot waves, we were still doing 25 miles an hour.
I could see how confident Bloom was in his boat, but I also know things can turn quickly at sea, and overconfidence can sometimes get you in trouble. To make matters even worse, our windshield wipers had cut out. Fortunately, the angled windshield on the Lindell sheds water quickly. It still looked like the inside of a washing machine.
What do you think there?
We finally arrived at an open roadstead off the southeast corner of Montague Island.
Trying to figure out if we can actually fish this.
We dropped anchor and started getting geared up, hoping the storm would ease and the swells would subside. Known as the land of the giants, Montague Island is famed for its remote but productive sports fishery. Numerous record-breaking halibut have been caught here by adventurous anglers. But despite the promise of landing a big game fish, due to the isolated location, it remains a grim, forbidding land that only hardy explorers get to see in person.
Getting out the fishing rods, we're gonna see what we can do here. Barely stand up, but...
Contrary to the weather forecast, it started to lay down. We began setting up rods and hooks with herring and ball weights and dropping bait bags and lines.
They custom built the boat for what we do up here in Alaska. This is the biggest cockpit I've ever seen. I mean, nobody's got a deck like this. Vacuum sealer, got a couple freezers on the boat. Berwyn rod holders, clamshells. Underneath there's shelves, extra slots for rod holders for fishing gear that we bring out here. The 5-foot fillet table back there at the right height. There's a 3-foot swim step on the back. Hauling these big fish in, I needed something I could stand on and not worry about falling over.
Captain Bloom explained the setup and the gear to me.
Grab the trigger. Down.
Okay.
Okay? What you want to look for is you pull this. Just start going down hard.
As we waited for the first bite, Bloom made his way to the bow to try to fix the windshield wipers.
Yellow eye. I'm going to send it back down.
The first 3 fish we caught were all yellow eye rockfish. Cool fish, but not what we were after, so we weighted them down and dropped them back to the bottom. Next, we caught a nice little keeper-sized silver that we threw in the live well. Of course, these weren't the big game fish we came all this way to catch. Just as we were starting to wonder if battling 12-foot waves was worth it, we got our first real bite.
Woo! All right, that's a big fish, dude. Up back here.
Captain Bloom had me step out onto the platform to fight the fish. After 10 minutes of battling, I was starting to realize the fish below was a juggernaut.
That's a big fish running like this. How do you like that? Huh?
Have fun, Net?
For a relentless 20 minutes, I waged battle against the fish. And when it finally broke the surface, we saw it was a giant halibut, a 115-pound fish.
You ever caught a fish that big? No. Nice going, boy.
So this trip was a success anyways with that one fish. I mean, that's 100 pounds of halibut.
With barely a minute to catch my breath, we got another bite. I could tell this fish wasn't quite as big as the last one, but it was still putting up a strong fight.
See him? Halibut number 2.
The second fish ended up being a 40-pound halibut. And just like that, we had a third bite on the line. Another fierce fighter.
Good dude.
As we hauled the third prize on board, a 33-pound halibut, the sun began to break through the clouds above us. In a heart-racing span of just 45 minutes, we'd ensnared 3 nice halibut. We sat back for a minute to enjoy the views on what was turning out to be a great day of fishing. The haunting mist over Montague's rocky heights finally broke, and we could begin to make out the shoreline with a thick forest looming behind. If the day had ended there, we'd have been more than happy with our catch. Little did we know what was in store for us next. Another surge jolted one of the lines, and Arnie grabbed the rod this time, setting the stage for an epic clash of wills.
That could be a good one. Yeah.
Woohoo! This is gonna be a gun. Oh, let's bring you out back.
After 10 minutes, we could tell this was going to be a fight.
Just take her easy. We got all day.
You can reel down slow.
You're not gonna out, are you, Ernie? Okay. That's a nice fish. Just stripping line. Alright, I'm gonna get over here. You're good. Alright, now you can lean back and do whatever you want.
After 20 minutes of fighting the fish, Arnie was starting to shake.
Yeah, come up here, buddy. Let's try to keep him away from the
And after a 30-minute battle,
I got colors.
the fish finally started coming to the surface. When we saw it,
Oh my god, he's huge there.
our jaws dropped.
Holy
This wasn't just any catch.
oh my god.
It was the titan of the day.
It's a 200-pound butt. I'll get him up here. Darren, 200 pounds at least.
Nice fish. Oh, buddy.
Holy I think that's the biggest fish we put on the boat.
That is nice fish.
Big fish.
Nice thing. Oh man. That's a big ass fish. Holy.
All right, Arnie, nice job.
That was a lot of fun.
How big is that fish?
About 200 pounds. That's the biggest fish I've ever caught, man.
Nice,
That's a big fish. Thanks.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
That was pretty awesome.
How big is your fish?
72 inches. Not too shabby. That is a beast. Which one's bigger, me or the fish?
Length or thickness?
That's what she said.
When all was said and done, we caught nearly 400 pounds of halibut off the coast of Montague Island that day. Captain Bloom got to work filleting our impressive catch right on the boat, and the 4 creatures would end up feeding our family and friends for many meals. It was a poetic end for these titans of the sea, a valiant last stand that showcased their might and fighting spirit. In their final moments, our cameras had captured their majestic presence. We gazed around, full of gratitude for the untouched beauty of our surroundings, for the bounty of the sea, and the robust vessel beneath our feet. But most of all, for the generosity of these Alaskan boaters who had so graciously shared their knowledge and skills with us. We felt profoundly fortunate, not just to catch fish, but to immerse ourselves in the raw beauty and magic of this wild marine wilderness.
Years ago, I decided when I die, I'm never going to say I wish I did this or I wish I did that. I'll have done everything I wanted to do, which is kind of what we're doing right now. I'm Ryan Bloom. I'm the captain of the Peaceful Easy Reelin', 46-foot Lindell, and this is my stomping grounds.
This has been an excerpt from Boat Trader's Stomping Grounds series. For the full-length episode and to watch more boating lifestyle content, visit stompinggrounds.tv. And don't forget to subscribe to the Boat Trader YouTube channel today.